There's a shift happening, a quiet but powerful change that most people haven't noticed yet. As borders tighten in some places, others are beginning to open. And in 2025, the United States is rewriting the map, not by drawing new borders, but by tearing down old ones. Not through war, not through politics, but through something far more subtle: visa-free access. In this video, we're diving into 10 Asian countries that will no longer require a visa to enter the United States in 2025. A move that may redefine tourism, education, business, and diplomacy in the years to come. But this isn't just about travel. This is about what it means to be trusted, to be welcomed, to be recognized, not as a threat, but as a friend. So buckle up. This isn't just a list, it's a global shift in motion. The meaning of visa-free entry. Before we dive into the names of countries, let's pause. What does it mean to be visa-free? It's more than skipping embassy appointments. It's a symbol, a sign of diplomatic maturity. It means a country has earned a place of trust, peace, and economic cooperation with the United States. It tells the world, you're welcome here. We believe in you. We see your growth. And for citizens of those countries, it means access to opportunities, to business, to dreams that stretch beyond borders. Why is the U.S. doing this in 2025? 3 reasons. 1, shifting power dynamics in Asia, with many nations becoming economic powerhouses and diplomatic allies. 2, mutual benefits. More tourism, more cultural exchange, more international students, and more investment. 3, soft power strategy, a way to strengthen influence not with military force, but with trust. Now let's look at the 10 nations where this change will matter the most. 1. Singapore. Singapore is a masterclass in discipline, innovation, and international diplomacy. With one of the strongest passports in the world, it's no surprise the U.S. chose to expand visa-free access for its citizens. But this move isn't just symbolic, it's practical. The U.S. has a deep interest in Singapore's tech infrastructure, financial sector, and cybersecurity frameworks. By allowing free movement, Washington hopes to attract more Singaporean startups, researchers, and digital experts into Silicon Valley and beyond. Expect to see an uptick in dual research programs, AI collaborations, and fintech cross-investments. This isn't just about tourism, it's about shaping the digital future together. 2. South Korea. South Korea has already been part of the U.S. Visa Waiver Program, WVP, but 2025 marks a deepening of that relationship. South Koreans will now be allowed longer stays, faster renewals, and a simplified entry process. Why? Because South Korea has proven to be more than a friend. It's a strategic partner. With shared interests in technology, military alliances, and cultural influence, think K-pop and K-dramas, the U.S. is investing in the South Korean traveler. Expect easier work permits, more university exchange programs, and expansion in military and cyber defense cooperation. And with thousands of Korean students studying in the United States, the education corridor between Seoul and Washington just got wider. 3. Malaysia. Malaysia's inclusion surprised many, but behind the scenes, this has been years in the making. Malaysia has seen rapid growth in sectors like biotech, logistics, and green energy, all of which align with U.S. strategic interests. The new visa-free policy allows Malaysian citizens up to 60 days for tourism or business without a prior visa.
And that will unlock a wave of student exchange, business delegations, and real estate investment, particularly from Kuala Lumpur to Houston, Los Angeles, and Atlanta. It also helps that Malaysia is a moderate, multi-ethnic Muslim-majority country, making it a valuable ally for U.S. public diplomacy efforts in Southeast Asia. 4. Thailand. Thailand is no longer just a tourist destination. It's becoming a key medical, agricultural, and logistics hub in the region. The U.S. has been monitoring Thailand's progress in AI-based agriculture, medical tourism, and digital payments, and the new visa-free access reflects recognition of these advancements. Thai travelers will now be able to enter the U.S. visa-free for up to 45 days, and that's expected to fuel growth in hospitality, healthcare partnerships, and clean energy dialogues. Plus, this opens the door for American businesses to explore Thailand's booming startup ecosystem, particularly in Chiang Mai and Bangkok. 5. Japan. Japan already enjoys strong diplomatic and cultural ties with the U.S., but in 2025, the relationship takes a new leap forward. New agreements will allow Japanese citizens to apply for long-term work permits and research fellowships more easily. The visa-free access will be extended beyond tourism into education, science, and entrepreneurship. Japan's technological edge, its respect for regulation, and its stable governance have made it one of the most trusted nations globally. This deepened partnership will strengthen joint ventures in robotics, healthcare, space exploration, and green tech. And with over 100 U.S. military bases in Japan, this is also a strategic military reassurance in an increasingly tense Indo-Pacific region. 6. Indonesia. With the world's largest Muslim population and a booming digital economy, Indonesia is finally stepping into the spotlight. The U.S. has realized that engaging Indonesia isn't optional, it's essential. The visa-free agreement grants Indonesian passport holders up to 30 days for tourism and business, but more importantly, it removes a psychological barrier that has existed for decades. Young Indonesians, developers, environmentalists, filmmakers will now have easier access to pitch ideas, join U.S. accelerators, or attend global conferences. And the U.S. is looking at Indonesia as a crucial partner in climate resilience, ocean protection, and regional counterterrorism. This visa change will unlock thousands of small-scale interactions, each one building bridges. 7. Vietnam. Vietnam's story is one of transformation. Just decades after a brutal war with the U.S., Vietnam now stands as one of its most promising trade and education partners. The 2025 visa exemption is a historic moment, allowing Vietnamese citizens to stay in the U.S. for up to 30 days without a visa. This will dramatically increase travel for education, tech conferences, and business forums. The U.S. is interested in Vietnam's manufacturing potential, particularly as an alternative to Chinese supply chains. Also, Vietnam's rise in software development and green tech is no longer ignorable. This is not a symbolic move, it's a pivot. 8. The Philippines. The Philippines and the United States share more than history. They share families, values, and intertwined futures. With millions of Filipinos living in America and sending billions in remittances back home, this visa-free access is deeply emotional. It allows Filipino citizens to enter the U.S. for up to 90 days, especially to visit family, attend weddings, or engage in short-term business trips. It also opens the floodgates for care workers, nurses, engineers, and hospitality professionals to explore new paths in the American workforce, legally and efficiently. For the U.S., this is about trust. For the Philippines, it's about finally feeling seen. 9. India. India's partial visa-free entry is one of the most politically sensitive and globally impactful changes on this list. Indian citizens will be allowed to enter the U.S. without a visa for short stays, up to 21 days, under a new high-trust biometric system. Why now? Because India is now a global player in space, defense, software, and geopolitics. This pilot program will focus on students, entrepreneurs, and healthcare professionals, with tighter background checks but smoother processing. Expect a sharp rise in Indian attendance at U.S. universities, tech incubators, and medical conferences. This is America opening its door, cautiously but respectfully, to the world's largest democracy. 10. Kazakhstan. Kazakhstan may not be on most travelers' radar, but Washington is looking far beyond the headlines. Kazakhstan sits at the heart of Eurasia. It's resource-rich, politically stable, and increasingly open to Western cooperation. The new visa-free policy for Kazakhstan allows 45-day entry for tourism, academic exchange, and tech collaboration. This opens the door for U.S. investment in mining, logistics, space infrastructure, and rare earth minerals, all vital in the coming AI and green energy revolutions. It also signals a growing U.S. interest in Central Asia, a region long under the influence of Russia and China. Kazakhstan is now a bridge between the East and the West, between the past and the future. This isn't just about planes and passports. It's about shifting the energy of the world, about reimagining borders, not as walls, but as doorways. And as these 10 Asian countries step into this new era of mutual trust, we are reminded that diplomacy isn't built with weapons, but with welcome mats. Visa-free travel is a symbol, but more than that, it's a strategy that favors connection over suspicion and cooperation over fear.